Okay. Hopefully you can hear me over the crazy CD kid is listening to in the playroom. Alright, in the kitchen with me. Here we go. Wondering about the shirt? Why I'm always wearing it? I don't have any clothes. So I answered that. Alright, I've mentioned a few times that I have some carb control rules, and I'm going to share them with you. Tonight I'm making spaghetti and meatballs. You see that on my menu probably, I don't know, once every 2 weeks or so. And I'll get into a little portion control outside of just carb control, just so you know where I'm coming from. I was just talking to my mom about this. Here's my philosophy. I cook what we're going to eat, period. There's no seconds, there's no leftovers. I'm making enough food. It's a mental thing, you know. If there's food on the stove, especially if there's just somehow a little bit less than you would save, you're going to eat it, so don't do it. Yes, it would be easier to cook for 4. I don't have 4 people eating, I cook for 3. You just adjust, it's not that big of a deal. So, here's my meatballs. Doesn't look like it must, but it is. Because Mr. F and I each eat 4, and Kid eats 3. What I do when I'm making meatballs, I get tons and tons of what I need to do, like about 8, 10 batches, you know, whatever. And I just do it all at once. It takes a while. But then I've got all these little bags in the freezer. So I take them, I brown them, I pop them on a cookie sheet, freeze them solid, pop them off, store them in my freezer bags. When I want to make meatballs, I just take this out the day before, leave it in the fridge, ready to go. Then I just cover them in sauce. You know, I'm a big fan of Newman's Own. Love him. And half an hour, cooks them through, reduces the sauce to a good thick loveliness, and I serve that with spaghetti. So not just any spaghetti, people. I'm a big fan of the Barilla Plus, because why not make it plus? And for those of you who shy away from whole wheat pasta, and I'm actually one of those people, shocking, I know, it's a little too toothy for me, I don't love it. So, but this isn't, I swear to God, it's fine. And it's not just whole wheat, it's whole grain, and it's got bean flour, it's got eggs in there, it's got omega-3s because of the eggs, it's got tons of protein, fiber, up the wazoo. So, make the switch if you haven't already. And, just FYI, I tried a new brand, Smart Pasta, I think it's Ranzonio or something, I've never bought that kind of pasta before. It's white, it's got as much calcium per serving, 2-ounce serving I'm assuming, as a glass of milk, and 3 times the fiber of regular pasta. Bought some, tried it, it was fantastic. So, it's not organic, but I might make the switch. But now comes the carb control, people. I'm not calorie counting, as I said, and if you're reading, you know that, because I don't need to, so why make yourself crazy? But what I do is the same thing I was doing with how much carbs we eat. And basically, we eat, not basically, literally, we eat 1.5 ounces of pasta per person. And I use my scale. I've got a cheap kitchen scale, people. You can all get this. Money is not an obstacle here. Kmart, I think it's like $7. Spring loaded, works perfectly. I especially like it because I can measure like all my flours or baking mixes, dump it in, got a place to store it. I'm done. How much is 1.5 ounces? This is 1.5 ounces. This is my second take of this video. I don't know what kind of nerd I am. And the first time I pulled it out of the box to measure it, I got it right on the nose. 1.5 ounces. So yes, believe me, I know that in the video everything looks bigger, as Heather told you. I look bigger than I am, and this is looking bigger than it is. You would grab more than this, I assure you. It's not that much. But you get used to it. And you're not going to be hungry. You got 200 calories from the meatballs, you got 150 from the pasta, you got like 65 from the veggies. You're good to go. Don't worry about it. Not to mention 90 from the sauce. So, you know, step back. So that's that. What else? If I'm eating a sandwich, I've just adjusted to it. I just eat half a sandwich. Done. A half a sandwich, people, is going to be getting you, like, no matter what you do, it's going to be over 200 calories, close to 300 calories. Done. And here are some other portion control tips I've got for you. When I eat cereal, which I actually don't eat cereal for breakfast, it doesn't do it for me. But what I do eat is my waffles, and those I eat to it. But when I'm eating cereal, which I will eat as a dessert snack, take your bowl, take your measuring cup, measure with the portion. It's either going to be 3/4 of a cup or a cup. Dump it in. Note in your bowl where that is. For me, it's right at the line of the design to the white. Perfect. I don't have to measure anymore. You just know what it is. It becomes a habit. You can't, once you know, you can't forget, people. That's the beauty. Once you know that's the right portion, when you pour it in and you don't stop, you'll feel guilty. There's that. If you're an ice cream lover, I'm not. I got lactose issues. But, another little tip for you. Find the container that's the right portion size. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the whole eat off a salad plate mentality, except for with other things. This cup, little juice glass, perfectly fits a 1/2 cup of ice cream, which is one portion. So if I'm going to have ice cream, I do eat it out of this. That way I can't overserve myself. There's no temptation. I mean, what are you going to do? It's full, it's full. So those are my little special tips. Another one, rice. Rice is super calorie dense, and I think sometimes people don't want to think that or know that. A serving of rice, truly a real serving of rice, is 2/3 cup cooked. We don't even have that much. I typically serve about a 1/2 of the cup cooked. If we're having like, I don't know, like pretty light on the other things, I might go to 2/3 cup cooked. But I measure that. That's something you have to measure. And the way to do that, to make it easy for yourself, and that's why I do 1/2 cup, I just take, oh, here it is. This is what I've been looking for this whole time. It's not the right one. It's 1/4 cup, but you get the gist. I just use my measuring cup to serve out of the pot. I have the rice or rice mix or whatever the heck's going on there. I don't use a different spoon. I don't guesstimate. I don't have to fill it in everything. Use this as your spoon. Save yourself a step. Scoop, done. Trust me, you guys get used to this. So those are my tips. Cook what you're going to eat. Measure your pasta. Measure your grains. I mean, there's a lot of calories coming from that you kind of can overlook, and it's easy to eat. Twice as much as you should be eating. Easy. So, save room for dessert. That's what I always say. That's my motto. Alright, those are my tips. Check in.